A 7.9 earthquake rocks China. As the nation copes with unimaginable devastation, China's Great Wall of censorship begins to crack. Next on Global Pulse. Today on Global Pulse, we look at how broadcasters around the world covered China's surprising response to the Sichuan earthquake. Mothers wailing over the bodies of their children. Towns turned into tombs. Uncensored images suddenly flooded China's media in the wake of the Sichuan earthquake, as the BBC and NBC News reported.
Chinese television has given unprecedented 24/7 coverage to the disaster. Its openness, addressing the full horror of the quake, has surprised many people at home and abroad.
The extent of this disaster has not been hidden from the Chinese people. This time, state-controlled media have been encouraged to provide non-stop coverage. Past catastrophes were often hidden or played down.
They've spoken to a woman.
Even foreign journalists were allowed almost unrestricted access into quake-devastated areas. But as Al Jazeera discovered, China's new openness had its limits.
Behind us is Beichuan past the mountains, but police won't let us film. And as you can see, they're trying to take the camera off of us right now, physically, by force. They won't let us film tens of thousands of people.
Wall-to-wall coverage of the quake was matched by a leap into 21st century self-promotion.
A deadly earthquake, mounting casualties, and a country united in support of the victims. Stay informed about the earthquake in China's Sichuan province only on CCTV International.
While it delivered stories of devastation and loss, CCTV and China's other media were careful to show top leaders taking charge.
My fellow citizens, your pain is our pain as well.
Premier Wen met a volunteer team from the United States.
The Premier called on them to hold on, and rescuers would get to them.
Saving lives is the key of our rescue work.
As long as there is a gleam of hope, we'll make efforts 100 times greater than that.
Coverage of the premiere was matched on Asia Today by praise for the outpouring of support from the Chinese people.
Hundreds of water tanks and small generators have been donated in a fundraising effort that has already raised 30 million yuan. Meanwhile, 10 garbage trucks and dozens of portable toilets are also on their way to quake-devastated areas.
People across the country are still enthusiastically giving donations.
The people's support was spurred on by story after story of rescue and courage on virtually all Chinese media.
Rescuers were heading to two hard-hit villages in Hanwang Township, surrounded by mountains. When they arrived, they evacuated nearly 100 residents there to safety. The PLA General Hospital in Chengdu has dispatched a number of medical teams to get into the remote quake-hit areas by foot.
The Beijing government used the media to turn the nation's grief into a new sense of pride.
In Beijing, tens of thousands of people spontaneously gathered at Tiananmen Square. "Come on, China," they shouted, with tears, sympathy, and a desire for the disaster-hit areas and the whole country to recover. This is a power that fears no disaster and death.
For Global Pulse, I'm Erin Coker.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.